Gwin Valley is a place to make friends, good people, good food, good activities, friendship and love. And that's what you really expect of Gwin Valley.
Even if you don't know anybody, you can always make new friends. It's the best camp on earth. You really get to enjoying every moment, whether you know it or not. It's pretty much the best camp you can go to in the whole entire universe.
It looks like out of a storybook, really. It's so beautiful.
She loves everything about Gwin Valley, the water sports, the horseback, the farm.
For 355 days of the year, she waits for the 10 days here at Gwin Valley.
It's a really special place. I get a warm feeling in my heart every time I come to Gwin Valley.
I think Gwin Valley is one of those places that has this special essence to it. It's got one of those great spirits. It has a can-do kind of attitude place. It's one of those fun family environments where everybody feels very inclusive. We really encourage people to just try their best, be involved as much as possible, and just really have a great time.
I think the simple joys of childhood sums up what we do with children, and it's those childlike qualities that children seem to grow out of too quickly.
At Gwin Valley, the core values are acceptance, simplicity, a non-competitive program, and a connection to the natural world. And just being a child, playing, getting dirty, trying new things, getting in the creeks, turning over rocks, looking for salamanders, really exploring the natural world around us.
Farm, there are all these baby animals, and you get to milk the cow, play with the baby chicks and goats, and feed the baby cows. You can collect eggs for the chickens and play in the chicken coop.
The first mission is the rule number 10 of the farm is to have fun. And at the same time, it's a little experiential education. We learn a lot of stuff. The campers, they spend 2 hours at a time, and about half the time spent with animals and about half is spent working in the garden. We're not really trying to make a farmer out of anybody, but we're trying to expose children and adults, staff and campers, as to where their food comes from. About 70% of our vegetables come off the farm, and the campers really like picking it. They enjoy eating it because they've been involved in picking it. And there was a discussion, a little boy at a table wanted to know if he wants some green beans, and he said he did not like green beans. That was not something he wanted to eat. But he said since he had picked the green beans, he was going to eat the green beans. There's cows and baby pigs, baby goats. We have a milk cow. We raise all of our chickens, so we have a lot of baby chickens. And then we have baby calves that we raise on bottles.
That it's definitely important for them to see how things grow up, and they're growing too, and so they see the full circle of the way that life works.
We do some veterinary, what I call just exposure to veterinary technology. We listen to heartbeats of chicks, we listen to the rumen in a cow, we listen to the breathing of a calf. Just some exposure, just to see how it all ticks, how it fits together. One of the things to remember is how connected that all of our programs are. We grow all our white corn that's used at the mill to grind at the mill for our cornbread we eat in the dining hall.
The mill runs on water, which turns the mill and creates electricity for the machine to turn the corn mill into powder, like flour. There's a nearby water source that runs through to the mill.
The kids get to take the corn from the farm and they'll learn how to shuck shell, grind and sift it, just like the pioneers did back in 1893.
Awesome. Like you can make ice cream and it's absolutely delicious.
Love grows 1 by 1, 2 by 2, and 4 by 4. Love grows round and
There's a pond at the bottom and we have rainbow trout that swim around in there and we get to go fishing.
You have to be patient and be quiet and wait until a fish nibbles on it and bites it. Bobber goes down, catch a fish.
One of my goals was to provide children an outlet for stretching themselves a little more and doing some more activities that would do that in adventurous ways. That really allows children to go beyond sometimes what they think they're capable of.
And you know, one of the themes that Mary Gwynn talked about when she was here and the founder of camp was try something challenging every day, do something hard every day, and to watch children accomplish this is great.
And our program really promotes that because we've got kids at a younger age doing some of those things that probably Mary Gwynn never would have thought of doing.
Well, we get them trained up for using the Jackson kayaks for whitewater activities. Going through the gates, it's just a maneuvering exercise to try to get through without hitting any gates. Teach maneuvering the boat, paddle skills, how to lean, how not to lean, how the river works, current and everything, and we take them out on the river.
Climbing is quite a different sport at Gwynn Valley because we have 4 different kinds of climbing. We actually have a rock on site that we use, has 3 or 4 climbs on it. Then we have a climbing wall.
Sometimes we climb trees, and then sometimes we go arborist climbing where we have different loops. Basically, you slide up a loop, and then you put your foot into it, and then you pull up, and then you push up another loop, and you hold on to that until you pull up the other one, and then you put up your foot and push up.
Being on the waterfront is an opportunity to play together a whole lot because all the activities we do are group oriented, so they get a chance to do it with their friends.
We teach a lot of skills in the morning, so there are the 3-day discoveries where they really can learn a skill and learn how to kayak or learn how to canoe.
The waterfront's really a chance for the kids to get involved with the water, they'll develop their swimming styles, their skills, but also have fun in the water and learn to do that in a safe way. So there's kayaking, canoeing, you can have fun on the zip line.
The pool is very much the same way. It's a shorefront for half of it, so the kids can all play together. There's slides, and the way that we're trained as lifeguards is to really interact with the kids a whole lot. So we're looking out for them, looking out for their safety, but at the same time we get to play a whole bunch as well.
If
So fine arts includes any sort of art that's based on expression.
We do a musical every year, and we do like improv games and skits. They break it down step by step, and you learn all your lines, all the lyrics to your songs, and Debbie, the pianist here, she makes them sound like a song you could hear on the radio.
All of our fine arts programs are geared towards encouraging the most creativity out of campers. Every performance that we've had this summer has been entirely camper created.
And you can buy marbled paper, but it's fun to see how you marble it. It's fun to tie-dye your own stuff. It's fun to weave your own blankets, make your own bracelets. It's just nice to be able to take something home.
It's about knowing where things come from instead of going out and buying a mug, to discover that you can make one yourself.
Discovery, they get to learn a little bit about the basics of horses and how to ride them and that kind of thing, and then in the afternoon they will get to go on like a trail ride, or they'll ride around the ring with their horse.
Almost always they'll have a counselor and SIT leading the horse along. If a camper is like an advanced rider, if they come with either a note from their riding instructor, or if we've been watching them ride for a while and we know it's safe, then they get to ride off lead.
There's so much richness in our environment, the richness of the North Carolina mountains and the different species that live here, all the critters that they love to search for, all the different kinds of vegetation, all the things that we talk about in the web of life here.
In the Web of Life, we teach children all about how everything is connected in nature. We just go out in the woods and go hiking and up creeks and look under rocks and logs and see what we can find.
We have three main programs at Gwynn Valley. One of them is called Main Camp. After they've been in Main Camp, taking part in all those aspects for several years, they graduate, as it were, to Mountainside, which is typically a 3-week program.
Mountainside is an adventure-based program for 11, 12, and 13-year-olds. Part of it is a continuation of the Gwynn Valley experience, but mostly it's about creating a smaller community. There are 4 cabins and 10 kids in each cabin, and then the other defining difference would be the adventure. Each of them get to try mountain biking, whitewater canoeing, rock climbing, and pioneering. So they try all those things and then they decide which one they want to do for their adventure, and then they spend 4 days off camp doing whatever activity they choose. And that's really a time for them to push their comfort zone. Mountainside is definitely more competitive in that you're trying new things and you're amongst your peers, but it's really about being competitive with yourself.
Once they leave Mountainside, we move to Riverside, which again is even a smaller community. There's only 12 campers, and they're typically 7th and 8th graders. Again, it's a very much adventure-based program. They actually leave camp on a regular basis once a week to go out on 4-day adventures.
Gwynn Valley attracts the camper who is younger, mainly because of the nurturing aspect and the amount of supervision we have. We have about 210 campers, we have about 110 staff.
I think our strength is that we create a very nurturing environment. When you've got a 6-year-old who's going away from home for 2 weeks, they need to be nurtured and taken care of.
We want our children to see that our staff really are playful that they really are choosing their attitude about what they would do each day, that they're making a difference in the lives of these children. And so we instill that in our campers through our staff.
First of all, you have to have a person who really wants to work with children. You've got to have a person who genuinely enjoys being around children and wants to teach and be a mentor and a guide and all the things that involve being a parent essentially while they're at camp.
One of my counselors is really like the older sister, and then I have like another counselor that's like the mom of the cabin, and I think that that's really like a good combination.
I think positivity is really a big thing. I think making sure that you're always excited about what you're doing and what the day's activities are. I love being at camp, and I love showing kids that I'm excited to be here and that I am, genuinely happy to do all of the activities that we're doing. And I think if you radiate positivity, then other kids will follow that.
And I think too, the relationship that they create here is the essence of what camp is about. It's all about relationships.
One of the things that Miss Mary started from the very beginning was the aspect of acceptance of others, and having a huge international presence here at Gwyn Valley is really important to us for that aspect. We really want to expose our campers to just having a really broad background as far as experiencing other cultures. We currently have about 15 different countries represented in staff this year.
You really get to see people from Australia, from New Zealand, from England, from the West Coast, from the Northeast come together in one place. That's really special to everybody, and we all have one goal of making children happy and giving kids the best summers that they could have.
It's a growing experience in those ways that is not the same at home. We're trying to get children to realize that there's so much that they can create just from within. Their imagination, their own creativity, their ability to really go beyond what they see and hear every day.
So children go away, we hope, from camp accepting everyone, whether they have a different faith, whether they're large, small, short or tall. They come here and they enjoy all these activities, being part of nature, and the simple joys of childhood.
If you just come with an open mind and an open heart, you can pretty much make a friend. Like after one day here, I knew everybody here by heart.
I've made so many people that I've kept in touch with in the last 4 years that they really are family.
You want to go see your family, but you won't want to leave camp.
It's the simplicity of childhood. It is being with the earth, with other kids, and you get a chance to come and be a kid.
All the activities that are offered, the incredible staff, the counselors from all over the world, the working farm, the food that comes from the farm. It's amazing. I've never heard of another camp like it.
I love everything about Gwyn Valley. I love the people, I love the children, the way everybody has the opportunity to grow and to try new things, and the friendships and the little memories and the kind of new attitude they learn here about appreciating the simpler things. I just love everything about it.
It's just a brilliant place to be a kid.